What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to Keys from My Inbox, the show where I look at games that show up in my email inbox. This is Blazing Beaks, out on the PC, out on Steam for $9.99 in early access. It is a top-down, dual joystick, twin-stick, roguelite. And I know that premise sounds super familiar, so I guess the question you have is, what does this game do differently than all of the other games? You have a variety of birds to choose from here. It can be played in local multiplayer. As far as I know, only local multiplayer. You can see here I have these different birds that have different starting attributes, health and, pickups and whatnot. I'm playing with a controller. It can be played with mouse and keyboard, as you might expect. And as always, full disclosure, this copy of the game provided by the publisher. So, what you're looking at here is, as far as I can tell, from the small amount of time that I've played thus far, is kind of a mashup between a... Dead. 15 seconds. Kind of a mashup between a Binding of Isaac, and a Enter the Gungeon, and a Nuclear Throne. Kind of mash those three things up together, and I think you more or less get Blazing Beaks here. You have to kill every enemy in the area before the door to leave will open. Enemies will drop hearts, they will drop coins, and sometimes various items that can impact your run as you're going. Both positive and negative. And if all those things sound familiar, it's because a lot of games have done that very thing. But I will say, unlike having played a bunch of those games, this one so far from what I've played is hard. Like, it is not a cakewalk at all. Now, I'm playing with a controller, but I'm wondering if keyboard and mouse would be easier or more difficult. I haven't tried it yet. But as you can see here, to kind of get rid of these enemies in this room, and then the next room opens up. Sometimes there are doors, and you can see there are these spiked traps in the floor that can definitely mess you up. And then you move on. And after a couple of rooms, you get the option to go into a boss room, or a shop. Sometimes both. So right here you can see there are two doors at the top of this room, and one with light is a shop. So I'm going to try to not get hit here by all the things coming at me. The actual controls, the movement stuff, is okay. I don't hate it. It definitely takes a bit of adjusting, because it seems a bit looser than I'm used to for this kind of game. But again, I'm playing with a controller and not a keyboard and mouse, so perhaps that's different. So, into the shop here. This bird will take your negative items, or I think all your items? I don't know. He'll take your items and swap them, and then you can spend money on different guns here. I only have 3 coins, so money seems hard to come by, much like a Binding of Isaac. Once you do that, guess what? You're back in the action. So, it is pretty intense. In terms of, alright, you're just in here, you're in this enclosed space. There are a lot of enemies who want you dead. Some of the environment is destructible, and some of that enemy explosions will affect other enemies. So here you go. Toxic Substance. Triples acid or smoke damage for you. I'm going to hit A, I'm going to take it, and we're going to move on. But yeah, there definitely are ones that will negatively influence your run here. So you can see that door with the... Oh, crap. The door with the face. That is a boss door. And I've beaten one of the bosses and then kind of immediately died in the following area because I am terrible at these kind of games. Although I have beaten Enter the Gungeon, I have not beaten the Binding of Isaac. So let's go in the regular door, because I tried going in the boss door last time and it went... Yep, alright, so that was just, hey, if you want one more stage to play, to hopefully gain more things, hopefully get some health back, to hopefully do whatever it is you need to do, like I need some health back here, for real though, or to get more items that might help you or hinder you, let's take out these guys, just take them out, do it! Now see, that one has little red things there, which means I think that's a negative 50% chance to loot hearts. That's the thing you don't want. Although, one has to wonder if you do that on purpose to get things back from the shop. See there, you can't pick up hearts. You're making the game harder on yourself, and I haven't played enough to know exactly what the purpose of picking up those things is. Anyway, let's go fight the boss. And I've already fought. This is the first boss. the newt here, which basically you want to get him to put his tongue on these spikes. But he will also shoot other enemies at you, so do that. Go get those. Oh, I missed. I missed. Because of course I did. Of course I did. Alright, so you wait, and then you dodge. Damn it. I'm doing terrible now. I beat him just fine before, and now I'm doing terrible. There it is. No, I didn't do it. Give me that heart. Give me that heart. Give me that heart. Oh, God. Okay, so let's do it right this time. Come on. I'm just trying to avoid getting hit by all these, you know, other things in the environment here. And it's not going too well. There it is. Alright, he gets that, then you shoot him, and he loses some health. And that is the basic thing behind fighting this first boss. But he'll swerve you on what he's going to do with his tongue. He will totally be like, oh, I'm going to totally not adhere to the same patterns every time. And that makes things a bit difficult. There we go. Got him. He's at half health now. And we're going to keep on. Oh, that's too many guys. That's too many guys. And I missed. And I missed. See, it's just really you stand here and wait and you hope. You hope. You gotta hope and pray that he actually does what you need him to do, which is not always, and you're just, like, you're paying attention to two things at once, and it is a bit tricky. So 5 minutes, which is actually, for me, a pretty long run thus far, and then you hit retry. And then you head back into the swamp, 1-1, and you hope for the best. But yeah, the runs, I had not had a run really go over, like, 6 minutes thus far, because they're pretty hard. And I'm still kind of learning what will hurt you and what won't. So, I think the fire, after they explode, it doesn't actually hurt you. But I'm not sure about the guys that, you know, dissolve into the green goo. So I've played so many of the games, the other games in this genre where, yep, that totally hurts you. Alright, now I know. I didn't want to walk into it before, because I wasn't sure. But now I know for sure that you don't walk into the green goo afterwards. But it seems like the fire, yeah, not hurting me. Okay. Again, roguelite, you learn things. You kind of do your best to learn what the hell is trying to kill you and why. And that is half the fun of playing these games in the first place, is the act of discovery. And I do enjoy that quite a bit. Although I don't always have the time to spend learning the nuance of every one of these, because there are a lot of them in the marketplace. There are quite a bit, and a lot of them are really good. And from what I played thus far, this one is pretty good. And unlike some of the ones that are very similar, it's a bit cheaper. It's only $10. So I think that it could use a better tutorial explaining, you know, a lot of stuff, because it kind of just it drops you in, and that's basically it. Like, all right, here you go, have fun. Like, it doesn't really do a whole lot of, all right, well, this is, you know, how to use the slide, and this is like, there's no real tutorial-ish stuff, which I think would be nice. But again, it's early access, so I don't know if they plan on raising the price after it exits early access, and I don't know how long they're planning to be in early access. But from what I played thus far, it seems pretty neat. And I'm gonna hopefully go for one more run here and then wrap things up, because I do want to show off a little bit more before I wrap things up. I have 2 coins, which means that that shop is going to be completely useless to me, so there's no point in going in there. You know, not this early into a run. And obviously it is permadeath. It is a roguelite. So you play once, you die, you play again. And there's a very early boss room, because, just because. So I'm going to avoid that boss room and hope that I find a better item to help me. Wait, who's still alive? Oh, this guy over here. This guy over here. This guy over here. Alright, so the important part, though, is definitely, like, you have about a half second there to go, alright, where's the trapdoor? Where am I spawning in from? Because if you don't know that, then you're going to just get your buzz harshed pretty bad. Okay, eye mask. Take away the chance to find loot in the wild. Why would you do that? So again, I'm not 100% certain on all of the ins and outs of how they work their inventory system. I know that when you hit the shop, you can trade in items to that black bird, and he gives you different items, hopefully better items. So, Swamp Boss once again, and we'll see if it goes any better this time. Probably not. Probably not. Really? Really? Just get it. Just get it. There you go. Just do a thing. So yeah, I haven't found any other guns yet. Like, I obviously see them in the shop, and that's alright, but that hasn't really been like, alright. It's not like Enter the Gungeon where there's just, you know, a million freaking guns for every occasion, and you're not constantly getting guns, and that kind of thing. So it's definitely not that situation. Even Binding of Isaac is pretty generous on different kinds of weapons. And I died again, because it's hard to keep track of things, and talk, and do video stuff, all at the same time. 4 minutes. Again, if you want a hard game, if you want a hard roguelite of this variety, this one is pretty difficult. Multiplayer, you have deathmatch. You have one gun, you have drop hearts, you have skull keeper, and you have hunting. So different variations on this stuff for some multiplayer shenanigans. Anyway, this is Blazing Beaks, out now on Steam, early access, $10. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.